Check out
Darksydephil the Lolcow
in Phil of the Future next.
Yeah. Derek, good luck on your driving test tomorrow.
In Life with Derek. All right, well, we're about to start. And as we're about to, as you saw, there was a pop-up. I don't have pop-ups enabled for the intro. Has gifted 20 memberships to the community this morning on YouTube. They appear to be a legit channel. So thank you. I don't know who they are because they never talked in chat. They actually gifted some memberships yesterday as well. So thank you so much. Hopefully it's legit. You know, it's hard to tell. But I'm going to count it. So 20 memberships out of nowhere right at the start of the show is pretty significant. It's a good amount of support. With that, that is $60 of support right at the top of the stream. Thank you so much. And everyone who got those, enjoy. I really appreciate the support. Wow, what a head start. We're being over a third of the way to a goal before we even begin. Thank you so much. All right. So that's what these pop-ups are for, okay? So how is everyone today? Today is Wednesday, the 30th of July, 2025. It's been determined that there's a humongous problem and loophole with highlighted messages on Kick. The highlighted messages are completely immune to any rules whatsoever. The highlighted messages ignore any of the moderation rules that you set for your own channel, including the word ban list and all of that. In addition, the highlighted messages get completely ignored by Kickbot, which can't moderate them. And the highlighted messages can't even be moderated by a channel moderator or the channel owner. I'm serious. So Kick set up a system where you earn points and you can do highlighted messages and people can do whatever they want completely out of control and you have no way to stop it. So what was happening yesterday was people were coming by and doing these messages and they were saying the N-word. They were trying to dox people. You know, things you absolutely cannot have in a stream chat if you're being professional and running it as a business and you don't want to get shut down by the streaming service. So, sadly, we had to disable the highlighted messages. I don't want to. I had no problem having them enabled, but this seems like a pretty big problem, don't you think? I mean, people literally saying the most vile things and or trying to harm people by exposing their personal information all over the internet. I think that has to be where you kind of draw the line. I'm just saying, like, it's not very safe. I have to maintain a safe environment for my viewers and supporters. I have to. I can't have it that you come in here and then people are doing crazy, absolutely being, you know, it's dangerous, quite frankly. So it is what it is. I had to turn them off. Now, I hope that Kick will fix that. I don't know. Really sucks, but what can you do? But I think you can understand the incredible liability it would be if anyone could come into the chat and say insanely over-the-top racist things that could get me banned, or doxing people, which could also get me banned. I can't have that in the chat. And that's completely Kick's fault. They never should have launched this system, having it that these highlighted messages are completely immune to the same rules as the rest of chat. That doesn't make any sense at all. So hopefully they fix it. All right. Now, if you don't understand and you're still mad, well, I can't help you. There's two groups you should complain to. Kick, who made the highlighted messages, and the trolls who are using them and abusing them to basically do awful things. Why would you complain to me? If you are, you're just an asshole, and I don't care. You know, you might as well yell at the fucking wall because I didn't make this problem. Kick did and the trolls did, so go complain to the appropriate parties. I'll be here to make fun content, and I don't care about your complaints. Okay, cool. All right. So can I read the chat? Yes, I'm reading the chat right now. What are you talking about? Okay. So let's see what happens today. We're in a unique position to actually get DSP tries it on this stream. Now, I'm going to say it like this. If you are going to support this stream, please do it as early as you possibly can. Why? Because then I will know that I'm ordering food for DSP tries it. I can order said food, and I can tell my wife, Kat, you don't have to cook dinner today.
I tell viewers if they don't donate,
so
that Kat has to cook.
Because otherwise, she does have to cook dinner, and I need to let her know so she knows what we're doing. All right? So it'd be great if you're going to support. Please, let's hit a goal by the end of the podcast, right? Let's get momentum flowing so we can get it going and we can do it today. And we know that this is happening, and then we can hype it up for the whole stream and lock it in, as opposed to not knowing what the heck's going on and waiting till last minute and then, okay? Thank you. Okay. So, good stuff. Thank you guys for the early support already, and let's see if we can hit 2 goals on this stream and get DSP tries it. Now, if we don't, it's not the end of the world. They backloaded DK Bonanza. Did they really? See, I don't know. I don't spoil myself. Are you saying that there's a lot of content on the back end of the game? Thank you, Satan. Satan says, hope you have a hell of a few days off. Thank you. Luto. It did not actually hit the goal of support when I played it the other day. That does suck, for sure, but it is a short game, meaning it's not going to be a game that's going to take 1 million streams to complete. Therefore, it's not that big of a deal that I will play it again. And, hopefully we would hit a support goal when I play it again when I come back on Saturday. There's no guarantee I will, but we'll see what happens. The thing is, it'll be done as of Saturday, so no big deal if we don't get the tons of support or whatever. All right, I hope we do, but I guess we'll see what happens. I am intrigued by the game. I want to see how the game ends, so I am going to play it again this coming Saturday to wrap it up. Okay? Cool. I received a $15 tip. Thank you for $15. That will get us up to $86 of support. Like I said, if we can hit a goal by the end of the podcast, that would be outstanding because it means we would have been in prime position to actually do DSP tries it today. So let's see if we can do that. Okay. All right. So continuing on. Luto was an interesting game. It's a short game. Sadly, didn't hit a support goal, but we're going to finish it up this coming Saturday because it's a short game. I'm interested to see how it goes. All right. Cool. Now we got to talk about Tony Hawk. Oh boy. I know some people are not going to be very happy about this one. To be honest, I'm not happy about this one. I'm not happy about how the Tony Hawk stream went yesterday for various reasons. So I want to talk with you guys about it, all right? I don't know what you're talking about. No tip has come through from you. Any tips that come through, I get notified. There's only been one tip this morning, and that was from... So you did not send a tip that went through. I'll tell you right now, you didn't. All right? So if you keep spamming the chat saying that, I'm going to moderate you because you're not being truthful at all. Okay. So, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 from yesterday. This was the first time that I had played a Tony Hawk game in 5 years. To be frank and clear and transparent, I've never played Tony Hawk before the collection of 1 and 2 5 years ago. So, I didn't know anything about the series. When I started playing it back in 2020, I sucked at it. But by the end, I was doing really well. And this, of course, completely upset my trolls because they were hoping that this was going to be a game that I was just going to fail at miserably. But instead, it ended up being the opposite. It was a game that I did fail at, but then I learned that I ended up persevering and doing well at. They don't like that. Their narrative is always that I'm terrible at every game I play. So to see me actually learn a game on the fly and get good at it, they couldn't handle that, and they upset them big time. Now, the problem was, with the playthrough, it started off interesting, but within like 2-3 streams, interest had fallen off for the game. And by the time that I finished it, I stuck in there and finished it because I liked it. But definitely the support and everything for the game had fallen off, and people weren't that interested in it anymore by the end. They were saying it was too repetitive. It's the same gameplay over and over. The gameplay loop wasn't very interesting. The only real difference is that you see a different stage. That's it. That they didn't really like it that much, okay? So when Tony Hawk 3 and 4 was announced, I said, man, I'm really excited for the game because I loved Tony Hawk 1 and 2, but I'm skeptical about how this is going to perform as a playthrough, knowing how that went 5 years ago. Everyone's saying, we want to see Phil play it. We cannot wait. By the time that stream was about to end, so I played it for almost 4 hours, my hand was actually throbbing in pain. And I have to just accept the fact that I am getting older. I'm 43 years old. I'm not 20 anymore. And playing a game like that actually hurt my hand. Okay? That pisses me off. I want to be able to say, hey, I can do whatever I want, play whatever I want, as long as I want, and I can do well, and I can adapt, and I can persevere. And by the end of that stream, I was actually very disappointed in myself. I was like, this sucks. You know, like, this is the first sign I feel that as I get older, I'm not going to just be able to do whatever I want. There's going to be difficulty playing certain kinds of games and things like that, okay? The trolls came out in a very large amount of force to mess with this playthrough. The trolls always like to have a game where they feel like I'm going to fail and rage at it, and then they make that the game that they can clip farm and they can do toxic things about. And this, man, let me tell you, on the kick side of stuff, whole bunch of accounts show up all screaming, we hate this game sucks, this is boring, stop playing it. On the YouTube side of things, they view-botted the stream, so it was impossible to even know how many viewers that I had for Tony Hawk. Is it actually doing really good with viewership? Or is it not doing that well at all, and all these viewers are fake? And the thing is, with the view-botting, you can figure it out, but only after the stream is ended. YouTube subtracts all the view bots. I can't stop that. You know, that's just some malicious idiot doing it. It doesn't affect me in any negative way on YouTube, for the record. It doesn't. But these idiots like to mess around and think that it does. It just sucks because I couldn't tell how many people were legit on the stream. It's premiere day of a game that people have been asking me for nonstop and apparently highly anticipating. And we didn't even hit a support goal. And this really threw my whole plans for a loop, because I was hoping to hit a goal yesterday, a goal last night, and a goal right now. And then we would have done DSP tries it. In fact, think of it this way. If we had hit that support goal on the Tony Hawk stream, all we would have needed to do was hit the goal right now, and we would be doing DSP tries it today. I'm shocked that it's the new big game that everyone screamed at me to play. So disappointed I didn't play it on release day. I finally get to it, and we can't even hit a support goal. That's ridiculous. Okay, I'm just being honest. That's ridiculous. We hit support goals every time I play American Truck Sim. We hit support goals every time I play Death Stranding 2. But we can't hit a support goal for Tony Hawk? Really? I can't just say, well, we're going to play Tony Hawk just because. Even though it hurts my hand, the trolls are going to mess with the playthrough the entire time I play it, and it's not even going to make any money for me because it's not going to hit the goal. Why would I do that? All right? So, it's a pretty simple situation. Here's the situation. Unless somehow people convince me otherwise, all right, I think Tony Hawk is done. Do you guys really want to see Tony Hawk again? And if so, what happened yesterday that you didn't show up to support it? And what do we do to remedy the situation moving forward? Right now, I'll tell you right now, I'm not putting Tony Hawk in the schedule. Unless you guys convince me otherwise, I don't see this working. Okay, so in regards to Minecraft, oh boy. Minecraft is the game that every single week we play it. We have a good time when I play it. Like, we have a good chill time and people help me to figure out stuff to do or whatever. And then at the very end of the stream, we don't hit a support goal. And I say, well, I guess it's time to either say goodbye to Minecraft or play it less, which is fine. And then all of a sudden, at the very last minute, someone rushes to the rescue like a superhero, breaks down the wall like Kool-Aid Man, and says, oh yeah, here's a bunch of subs. And then all of a sudden, right at the end, I'm about to say goodnight and turn off my stream, and returns to my streams for the first time in a week and a half. We haven't seen him, and he bursts through the wall. He goes, oh yeah, 11 sub bomb. And we hit the goal. So Minecraft continues. And then also, let's get some Kick support today. We don't have any support on Kick. Let's get some subs this morning. Right now, we've had tips, we've had super chats, and we've had memberships. We got no subs. No subs. Absolutely, positively, no subs on Kick. Let's get some subs on Kick. Okay. And says, why do you say you're busy with people asking you to play games? When you play them, you quit them because they don't make money. It makes 0 sense. That doesn't happen. What are you talking about? People like to exaggerate because they're very stupid. Take a look at all the games that I'm playing right now. Okay? What games did I quit? Really? Okay, here we go. Because I love it when people have to talk out of their ass, and then I'm able to actually fucking expose them for how stupid they are. Okay? So let's take a quick look at all these games that I've quit recently. All right? Here, we can even go back many months. Blueprints. Blueprints, I played over 40 plus hours. Actually, it was more like 60. And everyone complained I played it too long. Even though it wasn't always hitting support, I kept playing it. Completely the antithesis of what you just said. Clear Obscure Expedition 33, a game that stopped hitting support goals, but I continued to play it to the end anyway. Completely the antithesis of what you just said. Mario Kart World, a game that I played for a month and a half, despite the fact that it didn't even have content. I kept playing it for a month and a half, and I finally only stopped playing it when I got my second win, and then the support dried up, and I said, let's stop playing it. 20 plus hours of a game that only had 3 hours of content. Completely the antithesis of what you just said. Should we continue? Really, should we continue? Lies of P Overture DLC. Wasn't hitting goals. Still finished it. Onimusha 2 HD Remaster. Same situation. Okay, what games did I quit? Let's go through them. Mind's Eye, because it was dog shit. We were all bored of it. It sucked ass. Cast and Chill. Yes, admittedly, that was one I wish I would have been able to play longer, but it didn't work out. Cast and Chill people didn't like, so we quit it. Taxi Life. Hey, I played that one for almost 6 hours, and then people got bored of it because they said they wanted to interact with me, and I couldn't interact with the audience because the game made you basically pay attention to it constantly, right? Ludo. Well, let's see. That's a game that did not hit the goal on the first stream, but I'm going to go ahead and play it again. Anyway, completely the antithesis of what you just said. So here's the thing, Johnny Bravo Bugenhagen. If you cherry pick the ones that you want to try to make a narrative that doesn't exist, of course what you're saying is true. But if you actually look at the real truth of the matter, I'm sticking with and playing most games that I'm enjoying, you're enjoying, and are working as playthroughs. I quit the ones that we collectively agree don't work. It's not me just quitting everything. If people say we want RoboCop, and I start playing RoboCop, and people actually show up and support and engage with RoboCop, I keep playing it. If people don't, then I say, oops, I guess we messed up. People were over-exaggerating, and then we do something that people want. This is not rocket science. This is called business. It's smart business. Just because I didn't operate this way previous doesn't mean that I can't improve and do stuff in a better way. And now I am. Now I'm actually bringing you content that you want, and I'm stopping doing content that you don't. Or else, what else am I doing? If I just do things that I want, I'm shooting myself in the foot. I'm not streaming for myself. I'm streaming for an audience that's willing to engage and support said content. Do you understand? That's how it should work. And now I finally have enough people willing to show up and hang out with me that now we can play a variety of stuff, and a lot of it can work. And if something doesn't work, it's okay, because I can just afford to go buy another game anyway. It's okay. I'm not poor. You get it? It's a little different. I know. Many years it was a different situation where actually I was not able to afford a lot of stuff. Things are different now thanks to your support, so we can jump around and play all these kind of different games, and that's cool. That's why right now the summer's going so well. The summer is very different now than it used to be because of the situation being completely different. You understand? When idiots say things like wage quit. So what you're saying is I should keep doing things that no one wants to see and won't support because they don't want to see it. Well, that's not a wage. I mean, that would be called stupidity. I'm going to keep playing it anyway, even though you don't want it. I'm just going to keep making content on it. Why? You do realize there are content creators out there 20 times bigger than me. Literally all they do is play one stream of a game and then they never play it again. They only play it to do this promotional stream and then they drop the game and never play it ever again. That's it. That's their entire shtick. Their entire channel is first look gameplay of one game and then they never ever play it ever again. Oh, banana. Oh, banana. So, you see what? The banana agrees. The banana gets it. Maybe you don't because you're very dense. Maybe you have one of those really, like, you hit your head. Oh. But most people with a brain get it. You know what I mean? Let me ask you a question. Sidious actually just said it in chat. Imagine that you go to work and one day you receive 100% of your paycheck. And then the next day you go to work and you only receive 40% of your paycheck for the same amount of work. Would that make sense? Would you be okay with that? Every day you're making a different amount of money? No, of course you want to make the same amount. That's the goal, is to try to make the same amount for the work you're doing. It's the same amount of work. So if I'm going to be here streaming all day, I want to be trying to make the same amount, and I want to find the things that you guys want to see that you'll support in that amount. If you don't understand economics and business, I can't help you. A lot of people are dense and stupid. And, you'll be better going through life if you do learn how it works. Sadly, you don't. If you don't understand that very simple concept of stream things that people want to see and will support, drop things that they don't. There's literally nothing wrong with that philosophy whatsoever. It's a smart business philosophy, and successful content creators and streamers have to follow it. Anyway, thanks for $5. So let's add that. We're now at 124 out of 150. Only 26 more to go. We hit the first goal, and then one more to go. We can do DSP tries it on this stream. Guys, let's get it right now. Who's going to get us to 150 right now? 5 subs on Kick. What is it? 8 memberships on YouTube. A super chat, a tip. Let's do it right now and hit the first goal. Then we can start hammering on the final one. I'm excited. I did not expect to have this much support this early today. This is amazing. Thank you so much. That's amazing that we got this much support already. Let's do it. Flexification says companies do this all the time. If a business plan is not bringing in revenue, then you go to another one. You change it. Yeah, it's called business. Phil should not have any limitations. Why should he? He should never drop a game. I want you to think about that. If Phil starts playing a game, he should literally never drop it until he finishes it. Well, maybe that worked 10 years ago. It doesn't work in 2025. All right. I think that the new philosophy is working. If you give the people what they want, they'll come and support it. If you force things down their throat they don't want, they won't show up and they won't support it. It's almost like common sense. But I think that's the key. I think we just found it out. We figured it out here live today on the Level 1 podcast. Most people on Earth today don't have any common sense. They're all fucking stupid. So they don't even understand that quitting something that isn't working is a good move. I don't understand. I smashed my head against this brick wall 17 times and the wall still hasn't come down. Maybe I should try another 17 times. All right. By the way, King Ferbs, if you're here, the idiot is back with his 400 accounts that we have to ban. I'm doing my best to do it myself, but, complete moron here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for supporting my content, for engaging, for all the fun, and for all the awesomeness this summer. This summer so far has been a great one. No dead time, no dead air, only a ton of things going. I'm exactly where I wanted to be. Having fun, great variety of content, more than enough to do, having a great time every stream with you. Thank you for the support. One goal to go on this stream, to do DSP Tries It on this stream. Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's hit it. Let's go. 145 to go for Shake and Go. Let's go to Shake and Go. Yeah. Okay. If we hit the goal today, if we hit 90 goals, I'm going to probably order a gourmet burger, a side or two, and a shake. So we're going to have like 3-4 things to actually try for the first time here on DSP Tries It. It's going to be a fun one. All right, guys, we got to end the show. We went a little late today, but it's all good. It is the weekending podcast after all. So, guys, we're at 162. If we hit 300 today, it's DSP Tries It, Shake and Go. So please support the stream. But for the record, we have to hit the goal in about 2 hours. Why? Because I have to order the food. And I'm not going to be ordering it at the end of the stream and then having a stream that goes till 6 p.m. I have a second stream to do today. So we have to hit the goal in about 2 hours time. So if you want to see DSP Tries It Shake and Go on this stream after Death Stranding 2, please support the stream right now. Let's get that momentum going. $138 to go for DSP Tries It today. Let's do it. Okay. So I hope that you guys will hang out with me all week long and support.
Hey, don't go away. Life with Derek is next.
Then
I can't like unfuck her sister.
and sister.
So, but why is it in my forum? It has nothing to do with it.